Ferguson again. Thank you for watching. This segment's going to be more about like kind of a meet the author kind of thing. It's going to be a little bit about me, but I'll go into more of me later because just I'm me. But first, I want to actually introduce the person who's made this urban legend possible. I mean, it's just been... my phone is exploding with like retweets and entries, and it's like, people like me. That's never happened before. So this has been a fantastic experience. We're only a quarter of the way through, and I'm expecting it to get longer, or I'm expecting it to be even busier because people are getting off school, getting off work, and so this is gonna be fun. It's been very exhausting, but just so much fun. I've been enjoying it. So I want to introduce the person who's actually made this all possible. She's been incredibly supportive of me. She goes over my work. She's meticulous in ways I am not. And for some bizarre reason I still can't fathom, she married me. Ladies and gentlemen, Jennifer Akers-Daling.
Yeah. Hello.
How you doing?
Hi. Yeah, you have a very low standard by which you have your ranking of me.
What? No, it's the highest, and you surpass it.
No, you're saying I'm much better than I am.
But you are.
You're lying.
She's even better when I'm saying. No, I'm not. Don't listen to this woman. Mm-hmm. All right, it's funny because I'm going to pay for that. All right, well, I want you to meet the peoples.
My peoples.
All right, and I just wanted to, because you've got stuff coming up later this year, and I want people to introduce you to people. So, to start off with, tell us a little bit about yourself and what got you into authoring.
Okay, so I was not one of those kids who was constantly reading and wanted to be a writer since they were crawling and things like I've heard a million authors are. No, I could not stand reading, could not stand writing. I would actually cry in school if I was given an assignment to rewrite something, which if any of you have written anything, you know that you have to do it like 5,000 times before it's actually any good.
Oh yeah, it's like, I've said what I wanted to say.
I meant what I said the first time. That was my excuse. Mm-hmm. It was actually, though, I found out later it was because I had a muscular problem in my eyes, which made me a really slow reader, and I didn't like the fact that I was such a slow reader, and so it made me very unconfident about that.
Right now we went to the eye doctors this year.
Yeah, I got cool, they call them digital lenses, though I have no idea what that means.
Basically,
but it makes me see.
Yeah, it's like for most people it's like this. For you, it was like this.
Yeah, it was like having a really, really bad internet connection. You're trying to watch a streaming video, and it just gives you just glitches. That's how I would read things. So I didn't like that so much. But I still loved story. And so my direction kind of went toward film.
Well, you didn't start off in film, though.
Well, I wanted to do film. When I was graduating high school, I was still trying to figure out, it was my senior year, and I was still trying to figure out what I was going to study, and it was either going to be music or film. There was nothing going on in film in Houston at the time, and I was not ready to leave Houston, so I went with music. And I got my degree as a Bachelor of Music Composition. And I realized I don't want to be a composer. And actually my professor there, my mentor, she every time I brought in a piece, she was like, what's the story on this one? And I was like, oh, let me tell you all about it. And so there was a whole story figured out behind each of the pieces. And she's just like, everything you do, there's a story. And it didn't dawn on me that was what I was so interested in, was the actual story aspect. So I went into screenwriting after college, and it did some script supervising in Houston and LA. And
yeah, I was actually with you. This is bleeding into the next one, which is like how we met and got married. But basically, the nail in the coffin for you was the trip to LA, where I had to watch a writer's work be completely destroyed, and it broke me because I was like, and it's okay. Allow this to happen. And because I was the script supervisor on that set, so I had to mark any changes that were done, and I handed in the marked up script at the end, and I'm like, I hope you can understand
what this is, but there were whole pages that were marked out and, lines that were changed and they shifted scenes. It was just a huge mess.
But the thing is, though, you kept it together because I saw your notes. I've seen notes from script supervisor, like examples on how to script supervise. Yours were way more comprehensive than any of them.
Well, because I'm obsessive.
Yes, you are.
So I guess that's a good thing. But after seeing what happens, because I'm like, aspiring screenwriter, I'm going to go sell my script because I love stories so much. I'm going to write screenplays and I'm going to sell them. And then it's kind of like saying, I want to buy a car. And then you go to a dealership and you see the car that you want and you're just like, oh, this is going to be so cool because I'm going to own this car someday. And you have to watch someone shred it. Just like bit by bit, and then they throw fire on it and it just burns. And I just couldn't do it. And so I was like, the story element is what's important to me. So I ended up switching to novel writing and found it was working so much better. I love it so much more.
Because I came from screenwriting, and that's actually going to the next question. How did we meet?
Twitter.
Yes. We are true millennials, which are not post-millennials, which everyone equates with the crappy millennials. They're different, and not all post-millennials are post-millennials, and this is coming from the... This is a discussion for another time, I apologize. Anyway, Twitter.
Twitter, yeah. So we kind of ended up meeting up on there, I think because of one of those suggested people. Back when it was first starting, the suggestions were a little bit better as far as, you should be friends with this person. So all of my people were screenwriters, and he was a screenwriter on there too. So I think at some point we ended up just like, hey, you're a person I should follow. So I followed, and
it's because her profile picture was hot.
Another thing he's gonna pay for a little bit later.
Promise.
Yeah. So anyway. So we ended up chatting on there. We had a lot of similar fandoms and just had a very similar sense of humor. And I'm like, you know what? This is a really cool 300-pound trucker from Kentucky. I think I could get along with him because nobody ever tells the truth on. It's always a 300-pound trucker from Kentucky.
Yeah. Oh, but don't lie. I had I got one of those Costco things of margaritas, and I was drinking it and tweeting, and she was all over it.
Because you're a hilarious tweeter when you're drunk or tipsy or whatever you were.
I wasn't actually drunk. I was tipsy. I could still type. Drunk is when you're like... That's my drunk.
At one point, the tweets were so bad that even Grammarly couldn't save you. But
basically,
yeah. So yeah, Twitter. Who knew?
Yep.
It worked. So we ended up meeting in person, kind of.
First we saw Skype. We Skyped.
Oh yeah, first we Skyped, and I laughed for the first 5 minutes because I'm like, wait. You actually look like your profile picture?
I didn't understand what was happening. She's just laughing. I'm like,
laughing
what's
hysterically.
Going on?
Just like, wait a second. What?
Yeah, I remember.
The truth?
I remember very clearly. She was sitting on her old pirate ship couch, which made like creaking noises when you went back and forth.
Oh yeah.
And I missed that.
Couch.
I missed that couch.
That was a good couch.
And she was sitting next to a wall, and I think there was a picture in it, and then she's just. I'm like, what did I do? What?
Just dying laughing, and then once I finally was able to talk again, I was like, "You're actually what your picture is. I don't understand that." Which then he was like, "Wait, I still don't understand you." And like, let's move on.
Yes, because I was very naive, kind of, back then, where it's like, oh, people are saying people say what they mean, right? Boy, was that a wake-up call.
Yeah, and then I had from the other side where my dad's a police officer, and he's telling me all of these horror stories about these girls that are chopped up and found in ditches and stuff like that because they met a guy online and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. So. Both our parents freaked out when we talked about it because I moved in with my brother, but he went off to college, so I had to move back in with my parents, which is fun. And, it wasn't bad at all. It wasn't bad at all, but it was just the loss of independence, and that really kind of sucked. That really, and Jen was in the same situation too. She just got out of college, living at her parents' place, and so we told her parents, "Oh, so this is happening," and they're like, they both lost all kinds of crap. And actually, my mom didn't really feel super comfortable about it until she realized that your parents were just going just as nuclear.
Oh, yeah.
She was like, oh, okay, I feel better about that. I'm like, I can't win. I just cannot.
Yeah, we had my mom and I have more of like the Gilmore Girls style relationship of Rory and Lorelai, where we didn't really have any fights, but when we had fights, it was nuclear. And this was the biggest one of them all, actually.
Yeah. My mom and I would have heated discussions, but very rarely did it ever was like a knockout, drag out kind of insult you personally thing. And when it was, they're bad. They're bad.
So basically, I just told him, I was like, just meet him, you'll love him,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll stop bugging me about it.
Yeah, and what's interesting...
And within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I think she was in love with him more than I was at the time. She just would head over heels, just like, oh my gosh, he quoted Gilmore Girls, and he's...
Yeah.
And then Dad, because of Kung Fu Panda.
Yes! On the way, because we went to Payway. We were going to Payway, and I asked, is that like Panda Express? And she smacked me. So I knew her father was a cop, but that didn't like, that was like, it's like, oh, okay. It really didn't, because, hear all the horror stories about, girls with cop fathers and, all kind of protective and stuff.
Cleaning the shotguns when you bring the boyfriend home the first time.
But the thing is, though, it's all about, well, if you mess up, then I'm gonna get you. And it's like, okay, I won't mess up. So, and then on the way there, she said, like, oh yeah, one of his favorite movies is Kung Fu Panda 2. I'm like, oh, we're gonna be fine.
No, not 2. I said 1.
Oh, it was?
Yes, it was 1.
Oh god, that was a while ago.
Because I think 2 had just come out at that point?
I think it was just about to come out.
Or something like that.
Yeah, anyway.
I don't know.
Anyway.
We digress.
So much digressing. So we met, and we spent that year... Okay, this is what I found... my theory of long-distance relationships. It only works when you're coming together. If you're in high school, going to different colleges, that's going to be very, very difficult. But she was in Texas, I was in California, and we were moving because I was trying to save up enough money to actually move out there, move all my stuff, because I was just kind of done with California. Unless you're a millionaire, California's... Plus, as soon as I went to Houston, she was showing me around, and HEB. We can't travel out of state comfortably anymore because there's no HEBs. No.
The HEB has spoiled us.
HEB has.
Quite severely.
Yeah, so we basically spent the next year. I went back and forth to meet with her for like a week. And then eventually I moved in, what was it, August 2013?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, August 2013. And then we got married in July 2015. Love you. Okay, so enough about us. No, we can never have.
That's so what everybody wants to hear about.
Yeah. Oh, you have no idea. You have no idea. There's so much we're leaving out.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, but we'll move on.
But for legal reasons, we can't say it online.
No, the statute.
Airport.
Oh, yes. Okay. Nothing illegal, just complicated. Anyway, all right. So going to bed. Jen's actually working on her own novel right now. She's about to submit to an editor.
Yes.
On the 5th. On the 5th.
On Labor Day.
Oh yes.
On Labor Day, I get to celebrate Labor Day.
Yeah.
By sweating through everything that I'm wearing. Like, here, have my book to completely just...
Yeah. Tell us about the book.
Okay, well, that's On the Way to Simple is the title of the book. It's a new adult contemporary romance. Basically, that is about a girl who thinks that she can basically control her life. She has a plan for everything, and she is secretly in love with her best friend, who she's known since kindergarten. And
Alexander Friendzone.
Yes. He's very much been friend-zoned because she's afraid to move to the next level. But as she's summoning the courage to actually do something, she finds out that he enlisted in the Navy. So basically, the obvious conflict begins
Especially with what happened with her father.
Right. There's some stuff from her past that makes this even more difficult for her to accept. And she ends up meeting one of the other recruits at the time and discusses kind of what's happening. And so there's kind of a weird alliance that goes with them. But things get hairy, to say the least, basically. So yeah, that's On the Way to Simple.
That's it. And you don't want to spoil. And there's a lot of
spoilers, so I'm trying to dance around.
I think that's like
the
first. I think that's just the first 3 chapters up to the inciting incident.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like boy, girl is friends with boy. Boy likes girl. Complications ensue. Girl meets another boy. Girl starts to like other boy. More complications ensue. So be it.
Yeah.
Chapter 4.
And next.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but you also got you've got that going, but the best way that I've kind of found is to have kind of 2 projects and leapfrog them. And so, tell us about the other project that you're going to be working on. As probably when you send it out to your editor.
Yeah, I'm.
After a break, of course, breaks are important.
Yeah, a quick little break. But I am working on developing the idea. I started working on it this year. What was it? I think it was for Camp Nano in April. Was when I had started working on it. And though I realized most of that's going to get chucked. But it's okay, because it's going to be better. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's what I love about writing, is that, like, the initial concept, and I'll go about, this goes for urban legends, which I'll talk about during the next live stream, is there, like, the kernel idea, and then you wrap a bunch around it, then you brutally slice it, including that kernel, that goes away, but then what you have left, and what's better, becomes its own thing. So you can, I can go through my notes and, like, track, like, how my initial concept is completely non-existent. If you saw it, you would not recognize it in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I remember some of those earlier drafts. It's like, wait, what?
Oh no, this is even before we met. I've had this concept since college, like 2010.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
you were saying that.
So yeah, this is, and again, I'll go into that next time. So stay tuned.
Yeah. So the other one is Frigid Fever. It's gonna be a YA.
Love the title.
Frigid Fever, and that has a big significance for the main character, Dylan. She has been raised by her grandmother. Her parents died back before she can remember. But she has the unique ability to converse with the soul once it leaves the body, once someone dies.
A little bit of Ghost Whisper, but not quite.
Yeah, it's a little medium-y, but there's a little more constraints with it, because she can't just like, hey, I want to talk to this dead person. It's not how it works. It's if she has contact with someone who has died.
Recently.
Obviously recently. It'd be really creepy the further that goes along. But if it's a recent death and the soul has not gone beyond, then she can actually converse with that soul. Anyways, she actually splits into 2. She has her soul and her body actually separate during these times. But she actually, in an event that happens at her school in which death is involved, she ends up running into this team of girls who, it's kind of like the TV show Supernatural. They hunt the things that go bump in the night. Well, they happen to be present for this thing, and they want her to join the team rather warily, because they're not quite sure what she is, that she can actually do what she can do.
Like, we usually kill people like you, but you seem okay.
Right. So, but the team, there's a really interesting team dynamic. It's kind of like the Buffy team dynamic. Everybody's just they've got their thing, and it's a lot of fun. I've been having a lot of fun with this idea.
Yeah.
So
absolutely, yeah. So yeah, we don't, again, spoilers, because but can you talk about one of the characters? Not the main character.
Oh,
but
Kit.
Yes, Kit.
Kit is my favorite. I know I shouldn't have favorites that are the minor characters, but the minor character is my favorite. It's Kit. She's a pyro, and so she's close to my soul. But she's kind of almost a Harley Quinn type character. She is does not give a crap what anybody thinks of her. She is in it for the fun. She is doing what she wants to do, and she is just having a great time all the while. So her dynamic with Dylan is really interesting because Dylan does not even know what to do with her. Because they end up meeting with another thing that they're hunting, that the team is hunting. And it's this thing that should be completely terrifying. And she's just, like, bebopping out there with, like, a bat that's lit on fire and just like, where'd it go? I'm good. Let's go. And she's just having fun. So, yeah, total badass and just hell of a good time. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, hopefully we'll see some more of that in the coming months because it's still very much... I don't even think you have a complete draft for it yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
No, I'm still first drafting it, but I want to have that out next year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and it's gonna be part of a series.
Yeah, it'll be the first in a series, which will actually kind of expand into other areas.
Oh, yes.
Which that's gonna be. I'm still dabbling in how that's gonna work, but there's. But going
I know
to
and
be,
you don't, so that makes me special.
There are going to be other players that come in to the team or try to come into the team.
Or try to kill the team, possibly, depending on how it goes.
This is true. I've actually tried putting these characters I was like, what happens if I just dump these characters in a room and just make them talk?
Writing prompt. Have all the characters of your various books or favorite books have jury duty together.
I'm thinking of these right now. Everyone would be dead. And then Kit would just be laughing over everyone as she set the building on fire.
Yep.
I think that's how it go.
It's called yelling civic duty.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, and last question, and then I'll let you go because I know she just got off work and you're tired and you want some sleepy and some more Dr. Pepper. What are your overall goals and aspirations for authoring? What's the end game for you?
End game for me is that there won't be an end game. Actually, I wanna write forever. As long as I am forever. Like fame, I'll be forever. But yeah, I would love to go into full-time authoring, working on making sure that happens within the next few years so that I can write as much as humanly possible. But basically, I guess that's the monetary standpoint. From the more emotional standpoint, I want to be able to write stories that help people in the same way that stories have helped me. I mean, I was an extreme introvert when I was younger. I did not make friends well. And I had stories that I hung out with, and I felt the characters were real to me. And so I would come up with stories in my head and play them out, just all sorts of normal introvert things. Doing all those.
The introvert's introvert.
Yes. So, but stories are really what kept me going, and I want to be able to do that for as many people as I can. So yeah.
Isn't she awesome?
Ah, hush.
She is amazing and way too good for me. I don't.
Oh, you're too sweet.
Love you.
Love you too.
All right, and this is Jen, my wife, mine. You can't have her. Okay, so I think that's about it for right now. I just wanted to introduce my wife because everything I've done goes. I give it back to her because
way too much credit.
Not even enough credit. No, not even enough. No. I saw you.
You didn't.
There's the monitor right there.
It's lying.
It's lying.
That's just TV. You're watching something else.
What? I'm just seeing this guy and this amazing person. Oh look, they're hugging. All right. Well, thank you for watching. I completely blanked.
It's been a long day already.
It's been a long day, and it's only gonna get longer. But you know what? Again, this is our end game. So this is what we love doing. The next live stream is going to be at 8 o'clock. Yes, 8 o'clock, 4 hours from now. Time zones being as they are, it's going to be 8 o'clock Central. So CDT, yes, because freaking time zones, man. All right, so hope to catch you then. I'll be talking more about, because I've been going, urban legend, and I have kind of oh God, what is it called? Like a blurb or a teaser. Mm-hmm. I got a blurb or teaser, but I haven't gone into really, any of the characters or the situation or the worlds, and that's what's going to be happening next time. So
you're going to enjoy. It's fun.
All right, thank you all, and have a good day. And for those of you who've been in school, I hope it has already ended for you. And for those taking night classes, I'm so sorry. Those are so hard. Yeah. All right, bye.
Bye.